Hi guys, welcome back to Marant's Rants. Plenty of good information, a little bit of motivation, a whole lot of truth, no financial advice. I want to talk about the markets today. I want to talk about Bed Bath & Beyond and how I feel what's going to happen with them coming up. So, one take session, no edits, no cuts. You guys know the way this works. Let's look at the chart. This is Bed Bath & Beyond's chart for the last 18 months. As you can see, the purple line is going to show you the direction of the company. With the exception of the time when Ryan Cohen bought in, and you can see the spike there. And then, of course, when he announced that he was selling off on the next pump up in August. But still, the direction of the company has been the same. The reason why I'm so adamant about Bed Bath & Beyond filing for bankruptcy, or why I think it'd be any day now, any week now, or any month, a lot of people try to look towards little things, right? Like, this must mean this, or this must, and I don't connect those dots. I look at the bigger picture. I look at the picture of the bond market itself. Like, yes, in good faith, you want to have good standing, you want to pay your bills, you want to make those payments, but when you do miss a payment and the covenants get activated against you, this is what happens, right? You saw that the banks inactivated, JP Morgan inactivated that upon them, adding more pressure. The individuals that hold the bonds, that own the bonds, typically are the shorts, right? So the shorts in this case have been knocking this stock all the way through, knowing that the balance sheet since May has told you they're on the verge. They're on the verge of tipping. This is not somewhere you want to be. So, yes, a lot of people have ideas like, I'm getting all these shares for so cheap, which, yeah, you are, because they can't afford it. They can't afford it. You know, I'm going to draw you guys back all the way to like 2010 to 2019. Companies were borrowing money for free. That was the bailout of the stock market after the financial crisis, right? The housing crisis. So you were able to borrow money on any type. And what I mean by that, I mean like Covey light loans, right? No covenants, a very, very minimal interest, and you can build up your company. It was a great time to build. So you saw many companies in the last 10 years thrive and survive. Samsung, Apple revamped itself. Everybody's coming out the way. Tesla did well. Everyone's coming. So 2019, when the interest rates start going up, you got really lucky that COVID hit, and COVID saved so many companies. Companies were able to borrow money for free. There was programs. Now, I know it also crippled companies and got rid of them, but in the retail sector, in the demand sector for retail items, those companies were thriving. Some were, some weren't. So when I look at it, I can see the pressure of interest rates starting to cripple companies the minute it opened back up. So you had people like Hertz, where no one were renting cars. You had Revlon, you had Neiman Marcus, you had JCPenney. And now you have like a company like Bed Bath & Beyond, right? And the consumer is getting hit with interest rate hikes left and right. So like the consumer is not going to spend money now. So if your company's not really making money or a profit, or shouldn't really have the footprint it has, it's going to have to dial it back. It's going to shrink. So I just think it's too little too late on Bed Bath & Beyond side. That's what I'm saying. So when the bondholders, let's just go back to this point, they exercised a portion of their bond for shares on certain notes on the 2024, 2034, and 2044, if you look at it. And when they exercised those notes, I think they increased the float 11 million shares. And everybody's like, it's not a big deal. Yeah, but it is a big deal. It dilutes the float. There's one. It dilutes the shareholder value. This is not an offering at the market. This is just trading out equity, your debt for equity. And now what I mean by that is go look at AMC. AMC just traded off $100 million worth of debt off of $5 billion, but for all these shares, right? And so the company that owns the bond traded out $100 million for shares today. And the reason why you do that is because you know the bond is never going to be paid. I'm just telling you guys like the facts of life right now. Those bondholders know those bonds are going to become worthless, and or they're going to get tied up in litigation. So it's done. They'd rather get the cash today because they can short it, they can sell it, they can do whatever they want with those shares, right? Loan them out. So the minute Bed Bath & Beyond restructured their debt to get more shares on the market, that wasn't a good thing. It never really is. I'm just telling you guys, it's not good for anyone if you can't make those payments. But you do things to defer those payments so that you can outlast this cycle. You're not going to be able to outlast this. There's no way. They can cut up all the businesses they want. They can close the fulfillment center they want. The balance sheet tells you they have no more cash. So people are coming. And the individuals that want their cash or want the bond payment to come are the same people shorting the hell out of the stock. They're making money both sides of the table here. This is not illegal, by the way. This is what happens when your business is run wrong. So let's go ahead and look at AMC. AMC gave out the shares because they know those bonds will never be paid. We're talking about the bonds 10 years from now, right? 2029, 2026. Those things are never going to get paid. They're not. So what do the bondholder wants to do? They want to trade it out for shares. They get the shares today. They dilute that float. They do votes. They do a reverse stock split. All the gymnastics, right? All the financial gymnastics to keep making money over the next 2 to 3 years. That company will file for bankruptcy as well. Or they're really trying hard. But what are they trying hard with? I mean, you got to make sure Hollywood's on board. You got to make sure everyone's on board to keep you going for the next 2 to 3 years. But how are you going to pay off $5 billion? I'll never know. How does Bed Bath & Beyond even pay off $1 billion? They can't. They don't have the money to do it. So when people get mad at me and they say like, hey, GameStop, why are you always talking about GameStop, Marantz? Their business model is not great, or whatever you guys want to say. We can talk about that in another video, but their balance sheet tells me something totally different. Their balance sheet tells me that they were prepped for this moment of interest rates rising, which they just did 2 days ago, 3 days ago. They're going to keep rising. This inflation, this period in time that you're in, this is a distressed credit cycle, right? This is where the short hedge funds are making money. Citadel just made the most money ever. Did they close out their shorts? Probably not. They know the market's still coming down. So I anticipate this whole year to see record highs for a lot of people. I'll see record lows for a lot of you shareholders that hold stock, but you buy it in cycles. So if you have money right now, capital, you're buying the bottoms of a lot of these companies. But pick and choose the right company. Bed Bath & Beyond will survive this. The company will. The employees might, some. The business will. But the shareholders will not. And I tell you this because when they file for bankruptcy, guys, someone else is going to come in and they're going to see a great balance sheet in the opposite direction. And I'll explain it. They're paying their bills. They're trying to control the negative press to a point, but they're setting themselves up to be taken over. You guys can believe what you want. You guys can go buy the shares at $3 and be like, I'm getting more and more now and now. You are flipping a coin, and no investment is worth 50% chance. Not one. You even have a chance of winning in rock, paper, scissors. You got a 33% chance. You got a better chance at this than you do at this. And I mean that, a better chance not to lose. This is not an investment I would make. This is something that everyone wants to steer you towards. And for the guys out there on Twitter or on Reddit or on YouTube asking why I do these videos or why I'm here every day, it's because the information that I'm giving, people understand. People understand that balance sheet. People understand this market, this environment, and how we're going to get past it. So if you don't understand it, if you guys want to keep pushing out hopium and telling people they're going to make money or you're going to make money, a little bit of reality. You might want to eat that today. If not, it's on you. Hope you guys enjoy the info. Hope you guys enjoy the channel. Appreciate everybody, guys. GameStop. Can't stop, won't stop. GameStop. Bed Bath & Beyond, they will file for bankruptcy. I can't say it any other way. Peace.